I figured it out. Back. Hold on. Give me a second here.
Trainings.
We're just gonna wait. Hi guys, come on back in. I figured it out. Y'all were right. Well, one of you were right. Siga, somebody was like, click edit. But I had to click edit. Hey Sarah, then go live before that's what the issue was. Technical difficulties, honey. It is what it is. But we're back. We're gonna wait for y'all to come back in. Come on back in. Hey, Sarabi. Tell me where you're from again, Sarabi. Thanks for following on IG, by the way, girl. Hey. I on here with us. I'm so glad we got her in. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out too. Listen, le comitisa. You said it means what? Tell me what that means again. Laura, you may know what it means. What does that mean? Le comitisa.
Where is that? I don't see the chat.
Do you see the comment? Oh, you don't see the
Oh,
chat?
there it is.
You should. Yeah. 5 people on the live. Say hello as you come in. Hello. Ooh. Oh, thank you. You love my content. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, Key Era XO. I love that. Sarabi, you're from Baltimore. Welcome to your colony. We're not alone on this journey. Trust me. Getting into dark feminine power. That's what we're all about. That's what this is, right? Y'all come on in. We're gonna wait for a few more of you to come in, and then we'll get started. As you see, I got one of my amazing clients on here with us, Laura Miranda, aka Luna. I'll find out what Luna means in a bit. So, Le Comitisa means the Countess. Ooh, you know what I'm thinking when I hear Countess? I'm thinking like vampire, like the Countess, right? Countess of vampires. It's very sexy. On the live, make sure you tell us where you're from. By the way, anybody want to be a moderator, let us know because sometimes the comments can get out of control. People say weird things. So I need somebody to kind of monitor the comments while we're up in here, okay? Let us know where you're from. Come on in. Come on in. Tell us where you're from. Welcome to Alcheminity, by the way. This is where we turn pain into power because turning pain into power is sexy for those of us who have been on this. If you're here, you have probably been through some of the most shit, some of the worst things you could have gone through emotionally, spiritually, but you live to tell the tale. Okay. If you're here, you've been called to be an activist, activist. Yeah. An activist as well. Alchemist as well. Some of you are probably alchemists, activists, excuse me. Shouts out to you. Those of you who are doing the activist work, humanitarian work, I see you. Shouts out to you from Denver. I love Denver. I went to Red Rock City. I think that's what it's called, and watched the solar eclipse. Beautiful place. Shouts out to you, Taylor from Pittsburgh. And shouts out to you, Le Comitisa from Queens, New York. All right, y'all. Listen, a few people here on the live. Make sure you click like and make sure again you tell us where you're from. So let's get started. Okay, for those of you who are here, welcome in. For those of you who aren't able to be a part of the live, it is mid-afternoon. I know some of you are probably working. Some of you are even watching from work. So thank you for tuning in from work. Um, we're here today because I wanted one-on-one with me mean, okay? What it entails, what it will require of you. And so you're one of my clients. Thank you. I wanted to bring 10 people on the live. Shouts out where you're from and make sure you get those likes up. 10 people on the live, only one like. Come on, y'all. Get the likes up so that this can get in the algorithm. Okay. We want people to know Alcheminity is here. So you're not just hearing it from me. I wanted to bring on one of my clients who you see on the screen right here, Laura Miranda, also known as Luna. In a minute, I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, but I wanted y'all to come on just to get insight in what one-on-one exclusives with me is about. Okay. What it requires you to do and undo, what activation looks like. I wanted y'all to hear what from someone who's gone through it. Okay. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. So I'm gonna let Laura introduce herself. I got some questions in front of me, but this is just gonna be a chat. Okay. For those of you who have questions for me or Laura, put it in the comment section. We'll see it come up on the screen. Okay. If we missed it somehow, um, just write it again. All right. Anybody who wants to be a moderator, please let us know. All right. So if you have any questions for me or Laura, put it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Because people are already starting with the ridiculousness. Okay. This is not that kind of show over here, honey. I know we're fine and everything. I know we're sexy and everything. But listen, even if we wanted to be down with a threesome, you couldn't afford us. And Laura's married, by the way. Okay. So don't try it. Listen. 12 people on the line. I mean, I know we have potent not even afford us, sir. Okay. So I do have a list of wait a minute, hold on. I have to remove some people from the chat. Give me a second. Got to put some people in timeout because you got some dumbasses already. Okay, thank you. I'm going to let you moderate, let Kamitisa, because they're already starting, girl. You know you got the idiots. Thank you. I've added you as a moderator and I will shout you out on the community tab. So let's get started. Laura,
Hi,
hello.
hello, hi everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
We can hear you. We can
Yes.
hear you.
Hi, Tamisha.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in your one-on-one. I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that turning pain into powers is something that we're working on and activating, and working on YouTube with your channel, and people get to hear you and just learn from you. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that. And oh, Taylor says we're glowing. Thank you, baby. It's the awakening of that sensual and sexual energy. As we know, as Laura just mentioned, turning pain into power and being sexy. Oh, thank you for the flower. Thank you for the gift. This is what it means. It means to reactivate and remember our glow. We go through so much, especially as women, especially as melanated women. I say melanated women, I mean black women. If you got even a little bit of melanin, okay, you are working with some power. And a lot of the times that power gets hidden in the world, in society, in beliefs, in traditions, and what we've been taught about ourselves and the world around us. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Um, Beatrice, la comitisa. Will you see what bat face gargoyles? You might need to block them. I'm not liking what they wrote. I don't know what that even means. Greetings, Naledi. So yeah, as Laura just mentioned, turning pain into power and it being sexy, remembering our sexy, remembering what sexy even means, right? Because a lot of the times people think sexy equates to sex, right? A lot of the times people think our sexuality equates to sex, and that's not what we do here. We tap into our sensual and our sexual energy for our power and our purpose and our missions and our confidence and our beauty, but it isn't about sex. It's about an ancient energy that we all can work with to remember who we are, right? And so, Laura, thank you for saying that again. Thank you for being here. And I'm so glad that, that you found alchemity at a time you were even ready. Because alchemity is on a frequency that most people can't even get with, right? It's too much for some. The things we talk about is too much for some. Even you activating in your purpose, there was some fear that we talked about in our one-on-ones that you thought would be too much for the people around you. So let's get into that, okay? So the first question that I have for you, and again, y'all, if y'all have questions for Laura or for me, put them in the chat. So what was a pivotal moment that made you decide to work one-on-one with me? First video or first few videos that really spoke to you that said,
Yeah,
most.
just all the videos where you talk about turning pain into power, sexy, and that power that you have to wake up and because everybody has it, right? We just have to wake it up. We sleep and we get busy with house and family and what their needs. And so just all the language you would make me laugh. You would make me get out of my boredom or my home. From feeling lonely or whatever. Just a lot of the language
Yeah.
you were using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things you said, what was it that I think it was a video on how to swallow,
No.
right? What was it that? Or was
Yeah,
it
when we were talking about emotions, and that I guess you have to take the pill of the truth, and the truth being that you have to swallow,
yeah.
the truth, and so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was like, wow, I can't believe she said that. And so I was like, okay, that's good, that was true.
Yeah. It is true. And I noticed that, and come in the camera a little bit because I'm only seeing half your face, my love. There we go. See you fully. So I noticed that it was one subscriber that reached out and said, I love how you tie in eroticism with self-help and personal development, which is what this is about. And so when people see the title, How to Swallow, they automatically think I'm talking about that thing,
Hmm.
right? But with alchemity and being an alchemist and being a chosen one, there's always a deeper meaning, always. And what I want people to remember is that God, spirit, nature, power is all sensual and sexual energy. Nothing could exist unless it is wrapped in sensual and sexual energy. Life could not exist unless it's wrapped in sensual and sexual energy. And so, thank you for the heart. And so, people who are afraid of nuances and erotic wording, like I know there was a person who wrote and was like, oh my gosh, like I really like what you talk about, but oh my gosh, you say pussy. How can you say pussy? And this was a woman, by the way. And to me, if you're afraid of the word pussy, if that makes you uncomfortable, I see y'all laughing in the comments. That makes you uncomfortable, and it just lets me know how uncomfortable you are with the power that exists inside of you, especially as a woman. And we wonder why we experience depression and anxiety and have suicidal thoughts and lack confidence and don't know who we are because we are uncomfortable with our own bodies. How can we come into power if we're uncomfortable with our own bodies? Any other videos that stood out?
um just
Any other topics?
topics, yeah,
Anything I've said that ever
about
touched you?
you're learning about the DNA, your blood type, and things like that. And um just activating, making sure that you are just learning good habits, trying. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
all the ones that you play with words, all those are very fun. I mean, they're
Yeah.
entertaining, And I think, that got me into learning more about you and wanting to have that one-on-one. Because
Mhm.
I play with words a lot, I think it's fun and flirty, and it just is playing with life, and
Yeah.
just enjoying your life, your pleasure, um,
Mhm.
what's the point? Sometimes I'm like, what's the point if there's no fun or play like that?
Exactly. And by the way, Laura, this is her first time, y'all, being very public in her new activated purpose and mission, which you're going to learn about in just a bit. So before we came live, I said, "How you feel?" And she said, "I'm a little nervous," and that's just the truth. A lot of the times we feel nervous as we're coming into our power because it's so taboo, right? Even me, I was nervous when I created Alcheminity because what I talk about is so taboo. It's so unorthodox. It pushes the envelopes of people's comfort zones. And so sometimes we're worried about what people think, right? So, like you said, even you come out in this flirty energy. You want to be more, you want to activate more in this flirty energy, especially as being a mom. How has coming to Alcheminity poured into your role as a mom and as a wife?
Well, I'm always open. I open with my kids. I dance with them. They see me dancing. They think I'm weird, but I mean, I'm just enjoying my life. Even even if they think I'm weird, or that don't appreciate my silliness. They they still think it's fun. They do it behind me sometimes, behind my back, because they know it's just being fun. We're just being funny, silly.
How many mothers are here? Anybody that are mothers here on the live today? Thank you. 13 people on the live, 13 likes. We appreciate that. Are we missing any comments? Oh, we're missing comments. I'm sorry. Oh, Victoria, the intuitive abstract artist. I love that. You have to show us some of your art. She asks, do you have a YouTube page, Laura?
Yes, it's Miranda Connection channel. Yeah.
Hmm. And Miranda Connections for Le Comitisa. Are you able to type that in the chat for us? It's Miranda Connection.
Miranda Connection, and the website is mirandaconnection.com.
Thank you for blocking him, honey. Somebody put power in the comments. We appreciate that. Thanks for that question. It's Miranda Connection, and her website is mirandaconnection.com. And Lick Comitisa says you're doing great. There's nothing to question. I love that. Hey, we have two mothers up in here. Taylor Renee, shouts out to you, Taylor, and Key Era XO is also a mother. And so, and I don't have any human children that I've had my own vagina, but mothering comes in many nieces. You can mother somebody else's kids. We suppress or hide our rawness from
Mhm.
kids. And some of the conversations that I have, hide yourself from your right. Oh, they know. And Amen Sharma, shouts out to you, says she's also a mother. Thank you for being here. But how can your kids know what confidence is if they don't see it come from you first?
Yeah.
How will they know what power is if they don't see it? How would they know that being weird and silly is actually pretty fucking awesome if they don't see you being your weird and silliness first? How would they know how to be comfortable and confident in their bodies, especially if you're raising girls?
Hmm.
One time I told my sister, my older sister, she was, it was just us. It was me, my older sister, and my niece, her daughter, walking around the house. But she was like, "Don't come out of the bathroom, put a towel on. Hair, cover yourself." And I said, "Sis, it's just us who came up from those of us who experienced some sort of sexual."
Not naked. No, just pretty dresses and yeah, just dresses and mhm.
Okay. So what was that right there that just came up when you said not naked? No. How would you feel dancing naked in front of your daughters?
No, I mean we don't do that. I mean, for what? um
For what? That's what I just said.
mhm.
Did anybody catch what I just said and why I said that?
To make them feel
Put it
comfortable
in the
with their bodies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we go swimming. I mean, that's that they're very comfortable with their bodies. I'm comfortable with my body swimming, or when the situation is like that, then sure. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right. So can you share some of the biggest shifts you noticed in yourself during our one-on-one together?
Shifts. Yeah, just learning new habits, healthier habits, like just meal prepping better, health eating healthier, because I know it brings your beauty in. Um, Talking more. I mean, I would have never come into YouTube like this, in the past. I came into a new person. I also bought a house, which I was super scared, and Tamisha helped me get through it. She's like, what are you saying? Like, this is what you want, and it's true. So she just made me keep on thinking, what is it that you want? Think about what is it that you want, you know? Um, you think about the pros and cons, but at the end, like, what is it that you want, and you go for
Mm,
that. Stay positive
mhm,
too. So
mhm,
mainly that's mostly it. We let go of thinking that it's being selfish, and you go for what's gonna make you happy and give you pleasure, and at the same time responsibility and standards.
mhm. Going back to the eating. So when you work one-on-one with me, we know that we have to activate on a blood level. We know that the power is in our blood, it's in our DNA.
Hmm.
Okay. So when we're working one-on-one with me, as Miranda just mentioned, she wanted to and is activating her confidence through her beauty and her body. And so the meal prepping, you hear meal prepping, but it goes a lot deeper than that when we're in our one-on-one. So we won't talk about that too much. But that is something that we dive into as it relates to activating your beauty. A lot of us don't feel she would never have showed up on camera in the past. Why do you think she's able to do that now? Thank you for the hearts, right? She's able to do that now because the confidence is reawakening. She's remembering, she's activating it. And a lot of that confidence comes through what we're putting in our bodies. And I don't just mean, you know how you have nutritionists and people tell you, oh, eat healthy, but what does that even mean for your body?
Hmm.
What does that mean for your DNA? And the things that we're told are healthy may not be necessarily healthy for you, right? May not necessarily be healthy for you. And so we find out what's healthy for you based on your DNA in your blood. And so Miranda, Laura, who we now call Luna, which we're going to get into next, um, knows that and she's activating in that now. Okay. And that's helping with her confidence. So, how did the name Luna come about in our one on ones together?
Yeah. Well, in our one-on-ones, we talked about different names that I wasn't sure what what name to go with, because I feel like I have different moods or attitudes or whatever characters. Uh, and I related more to Luna because of just my Cancer and mood, and how emotional, like sensitive I could be, and or how open and serious I could also be, depending on how I feel. So just to feel Luna was always next to me, like more loudly. I tried Miranda, using Miranda longer, but that I felt like I was just like going with my last name for that. Laura, I'm more serious with my kids, serious mom, serious house, serious everything. Just Luna, it was just like for fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in our one-on-ones, and as you all know, I've talked about this before, that as you're activating, when you're talking about the soul journey and you're coming out and you're activating, spirit will guide you on other names. You remember how in the Bible, now I'm not a religious person, but I take what resonates and I leave the rest. But remember in the Bible how God would talk about, or how there were some scriptures that talked about God changed this person's name, like from Saul to Paul or Paul to Saul, whatever that is, how everybody's name would change. And we talked about even celebrities when they become famous, a lot of them, they change their name, they develop stage names, right? This is the same thing for you. When you're activating spirit, your spiritual guides will guide you on your new name. And your new name will be representative. I don't want to miss the comments. Your new name will be representative of the power that you're activating.
Mhm.
Okay, would be the purpose that you're activating. And so she felt guided with Luna because I was like, have any names shown up to you? Any epiphanies about names? And we went through a plethora of names, did we not? And then Luna was the one that stuck out. And so what and I was working a flight, and one of our planes was named Luna, and what was your dog's
Lily.
name? Yeah, one of our aircraft's name is Luna and Lily, which was a mama wolf and a baby wolf, right? And I took a picture and sent it to her. And this is during the time we were working together. And I said, look at the synchronicities that are showing up. So I want you to know, as I'm working with you, spirit, your spiritual guides, my spiritual guides are downloading, uploading information into me to share with you. This is how serious this is. Right.
Mhm.
This is why we take so long. This is why we take 4 weeks. This is why when you invest in working one-on-one with me, this is what it means, because even I am being channeled information. It's not for the faint of heart. 25 people on the live, 17 likes. Make sure as you guys come in, you tell us where you're from. We want to see where you're from, okay? Le Comitisa says, excellent alter ego name. um, and also says YouTube can't handle all this power. Hello. Okay. Key error. I want to go back up. You said you had to learn to be authentic with your boys because that's how you want them to be in the world, freedom to be them. I love it. You must be connected to the moon. Right. The moon was so bright and dominant last night. Yeah. Where are you again, Victoria? Where are you located? Yeah, especially in October. I love the moons in October. They're so powerful, all right? So we're gonna go through 2 more questions, and we're almost at I don't want this to go over 30 minutes. So we're gonna go 2 more questions, and then we're gonna, keep it going. Christy Love says, "Remembering when we were children and how we would change our names when we were playing parents, took it as trying to be someone else, but I'm finding out it's much deeper." Yes, I love that. I love that. Let me go to one more question, then I want you guys to be able to, hear the insight. So I guess one of the last questions I have is um, in developing your purpose through Miranda Connections, mirandaconnections.com, remember you're activating your sensual and sexual energy as a mother. And one of the things that we were able to activate together was a new arm or an added name to Miranda Connections, which is now known as MILF. Anybody here ever heard of the acronym MILF? I'm sure if you're here on Alcheminity, you have, right? So, Luna, tell us about how MILF came about. What were your fears in activating that name, changing the acronyms? Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, the MILF acronym for us, for me, is Mothers Inspired to Live Fiercely. And well, the fear is just, like people say like, what do you mean MILF? Like, and then like, yeah, we know what it means, but we're using it this way. When I started my website, it was most, helping mothers with challenges, and, learning about their challenges and how to help them with kids and families and everything. And um, but mothers also have, sometimes they're too worried and don't know how to do the next best thing for them. And so becoming more selfish, the Selfish Mothers Club, and just pour into yourself more so that you could help your family more. And so this is, that's an acronym which is supposed to, be fun and playful with the words, as Tamisha works, does, in her channel. And so just, you know um there's challenges, emotional challenges sometimes, and you feel stuck, and just MILF felt right, felt fun, you know.
hmm So in our one-on-ones together, and again, y'all, Laura is coming in. I'm going to call you your activated name. Luna is newly activated in her own MILF energy, and so when we were working together, I said, I see, I'm hearing MILF, and she was like, MILF? No, no, you're crazy, girl. You crazy, chica. And I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing MILF. And I'm seeing you tie this into the mothers that you're working with, because Laura Luna is called to work with mothers. And I said, when you're activating your power and you're sexy and you're spicy and your purpose, MILF is the route to go. And I said, but listen, you can rename it for what Miranda Connections is bringing to mothers, right? And that's what she's done. And so Victoria put it in the comments, and I pinned it. She put the new activated MILF um, in the comments, and it's mothers inspired to live fiercely. Mothers inspired to live fiercely. So what, and you mentioned selfish. So what does that mean when you say mothers inspired to live fiercely? What does that look like for mothers?
Well, we always give in to our families, we're always giving in to our spouses and our homes. And so um, just living in the mother energy is more thinking about your health, thinking about how you're gonna keep yourself happy, healthy, and your pleasure, so that you could give to your family, be able to give to your family. So it's always taking care of yourself, and that way you'll be able to contribute in a healthier, happier, more full way to your family, or full way.
Yeah. And during our one-on-ones, you remember we talked about you just mentioned it, selfish, right? And you incorporated the selfish aspect into your MILF um, program that you're offering women. What does being selfish as a mother mean?
Just blocking time for yourself, being able to manage some time that is just for you, and making sure your family is just like understanding of that time is for you. And little by little, maybe increase that time so that they start becoming a little bit more independent from you, and you could be just happier.
These truths in herself, because first you had to get comfortable with the uncomfortable in yourself of being more selfish,
Mhm.
right? And once you came into these truths within yourself, then you incorporated that into a program for what you now offer through MILF on your website, Miranda Connections. And I think that's powerful. And I'm very proud of you for the strides that you made in our 4 weeks together. I'm very proud that you were able to, you know, put away the guilt or the shame around MILF and step into your sensual and sexual energy as a mother. Okay. So yeah, anybody have any questions for Laura or for me? Ooh, Victoria, girl, you are on something. Victoria says motherhood erotica and sensuality would be a great new topic for alchemy and MILF. Oh, motherhood erotica. Talk about motherhood erotica. Ooh, something about that. Eric Marcuson, would you say? Your intelligence is attractive. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. Um, can we block Tommy? You know, you got some really ridiculous people in here. Let me do it. Any other questions you all have for me or um Virgil? Are you asking Luna if what her nationality is? Luna, would you like to share your nationality?
Well, I'm just Mexican American, just born raised American, and family from
Shouts
Mexico.
out. Shouts out to our Mexicanas, our chicas. Hello. So when we talked about our melanin women, we're talking about not just Black American women, we're talking about our Latinas, our Latinx, okay? We make up the majority of I want to say, I don't even know, put it in the comments. I want to say of the US, our women and our Latinas, we make up the majority. And somehow, oh, shouts out to you, you're from Colombia, okay. Um, but somehow we remain the minority in so many ways. And part of the reason we remain the minority is because we have not stepped fully into our powers and our purpose. But here we are. Here we are. So for those of you who would like to learn more information about the MILF program and what Laura is offering, what Luna is offering, Luna, please give your social media handles and your website again, or an email address or any contact information where people can reach out and learn more.
Yeah, so Gmail, 2888 Miranda at gmail.com. That's my email. The mirandaconnection.com website and the Miranda Connection on Instagram. Those are the three where you can find me. I also have the podcast. I'm still working on that. That's also the MILF. It's called MILF, I believe, the MILF Mothers Inspired to Live Fiercely. That's still on the works, but I have a few episodes there, which are just to get you out of the boredom or whatever. That's it right now. The
Wonderful.
channel.
And where can they find more information about the podcast? On your website as well?
Yeah, everything's on the website. Everything's tagged on the website. All the WhatsApp club too. Yeah, everything's on
Okay.
there.
Okay. So I will have that in the description bar of this video once it posts on YouTube for y'all to find out how you can get in touch with Laura, aka Luna. Any closing remarks you want to share as far as working one-on-one with me, giving any advice to anybody who's thinking about working one-on-one, anything you want to share with them, any closing remarks?
Yeah, no, if anybody's having challenges, emotional, feeling stuck, I really recommend Tanisha and her program. I really felt like she opened me up, gave me better ideas, helped me resolve many of my situations, emotional, and I believed everything, everything she shared with. I've also experienced, and I have also just believe it's true because I've seen it. So there's no way going wrong taking a program with Tanisha. Yeah, I
Mm,
really recommend it.
appreciate that. So, okay, y'all, we're at 39 minutes. We're going to end this live. Laura, I'm so glad that you stepped out and stepped into your power, your purpose, and to your meow as it relates to everything you're doing with Miss MILF. So thank you for what you're doing for mothers everywhere. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed this. 16 people still here. We're going to go ahead and call it a day. Y'all enjoy your October. Enjoy Halloween. Let me know what you're dressing up as. And we'll see y'all on the next episode or the next live, okay? Thanks for coming in. Thank you for being a
Bye.
moderator for me, girl. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Ciao,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.